everyone. So like we said, this week we're going to do some drawer boxes. I've got 6 of them to make, and we're going to use 12mm ply with a 6mm base. Grab your cup of coffee, let's make some drawers. So guys, once again, the way I measure for the thickness of my stack is I measure my stock just with a vernier, which in this case is 12.7mm. Let's just double check that. Yes, 12.7mm, so ½ inch. And then I just take my stack and I pack the blades until I get the exact same distance. In this case, it's the 2 outside blades and 2 of the thinner curves will make it up. I'm gonna put the dado stack in the saw. Let's cut some dados there. So guys, with a bit of fine tuning, I think I got it now where I want it. So we got now 12mm deep into the drawer front and then 6mm on the side. And we've got a nice flush edge. I'm going to cut the rest of them quickly and I'll show you. So while I'm busy with the dado stack, I'm going to cut the little slots that's going to accept the bottom of the drawers as well. I've reduced my dado stack now to a 1/4 inch or 6.35mm in this case. I've set my fence away from the inside of the dado stack to 10mm, so it's going to leave a 10mm gap and then the slot. I've selected my wood, all the nice sides that's going to be on the inside of the drawer and the not so nice side on the outside of the drawer. And then also I selected the tops with the least amount of gaps between the plies, because this ply has got here and there some gaps, but not too much. So let me cut the slots. So guys, I did a quick test fit and the base is just a little bit too tight in the slot. So I'm just going to add between the 2 dados a 0.5mm shim, just to give me a little bit more room to play with. So guys, that's all the parts cut for the drawers, and the rebates are done. The slots for the drawer bottoms, I've cut the drawer bottoms, and just to give you an idea how nice they fit, that 0.5mm spacer that I've put makes it just nice. Don't have to use a hammer, but it's nice and tight. So now I'm just going to sand all of this, give it a quick sand, because you want the insides nice and smooth. We don't want it to hook on all the diapers and clothes. So I'm going to give it a quick sand and then start assembly. So basically the drawer side of the drawer runner, I just put to the bottom of the drawer and screw them as well. And I just make sure they are flush with the bottom of the drawer. So all the drawer slides are fixed onto the drawers, And I'm going to start with the drawer fronts now. I've ripped this up to 255 by 590. I'm going to rip them on the miter saw just now. I've set that up there. And the idea is they need to be 600 by 265. I'm going to etch it then with 5mm solid pine right around to hide the ply edge to get to the final width. So let me cut them to pieces, and then it's the drawer fronts. Guys, what I'm doing now is I've cut the front faces of all the drawers, and now just putting edges all around. I miter the corners because I don't like when you see an end grain on the end of the board, and so for that reason I miter the corners so there's no end grain nowhere to be seen. It's a little bit more work, but it really makes a difference in the end, and it just makes the product so much better. So I'm going to quickly finish this. Probably going to take me the whole day just to edge the borders and then sand them and get them clean and neat and tidy. And hopefully by this afternoon we'll fit the first few drawer runners. I'm not going to bore you with this. I'll show you when I'm done. So guys, with the help of my little workshop minion, you can now see what the front face of the drawer box will look like. All sanded, edged. We'll fit it next week. Hi guys, so as a summary for this week, we fitted the drawers in the chest of drawers. They all are full extension drawers and they work quite well. I also did the front faces and then edged the front faces with solid pine, and they're going to look very good as well. I'm going to fit them next week. I'm not going to have enough time this week to do the fitting. So next week I think first things first, we'll do the base of the drawer box. It's going to be 70mm from the floor with 4 legs and a frame underneath. And then of course still the top needs to be sanded and fitted on top. But my worst fear in life is drawers. I'm not very fond of doing drawers, but I managed to get these quite nice and I'm happy with it. My spacing came out very nice. So what's going to happen is going to have a 7mm space on the bottom, on the faces, but then between drawers and on top it's going to have a 15mm space, because the customer would like to have the modern look without any handles. In other words, I've just cut little 15mm spaces that I'm going to put in between when I fix the drawers, and then she'll be able to grab them by finger and open them. Then she'll decide later. If she doesn't like it, she will then put handles on. So me and Conrad also finished the 2 little trophy of book boxes this week. I'll put a picture in the end of the video to show you that. I didn't record any of that because we were quite in a rush. We needed to finish that. And then we also made 20 little trophies for a company, but it was very simple little trophies. It was just blocks of wood that we made from Rhodesian teak. So all you have seen is this, but there's lots of other stuff happening in the background. As you've seen as well, my wife is busy doing trophies for the horsey people, and Sasha also gave a hand here and there now and then. She did the filling everywhere, and we'll still do some sanding everywhere. You missed a few spots, Sasha. So guys, it was a good week. Please enjoy your week that's coming. Make some dust. Best of all, stay safe, stay healthy. See you next week.